Good morning. Question I had yesterday, almost off the back of the myth busting video I did the other day, which was about water. How much water should I drink a day, and can you drink too much? So I'm just going to cover this one today. So what I said the other day was, you often hear about drink 2 litres of water a day. That really depends on how much you sweat, what the weather's like, whether you actually have like herbal teas as well, teas, coffees even. So it does depend on a lot of factors. Now, kind of a good rule of the thumb is, are you weeing clear by noon? 3 clear wees a day. That's not to say 2 litres of water is a bad thing or wrong, because it does depend, and it's a good starting point. And I would say we should probably lean on the caution of drinking more water rather than the opposite. Now, so where does this come from? Like, you might hear like a mineral imbalance if you drink too much water, but you would do very well to do that, in my opinion. You would have to literally be forcing it down and probably real noticing that you're really over drinking. Now, when you start drinking more water, going to the loo a bit more is a normal thing. Like, it's almost just one of those things. Your body will just adapt a little bit, but your body will get used to it. And obviously the benefits of being well hydrated might not be being achieved by a lot of people, and that's a new thing added in. It's like, I don't want to do that, but your body will get used to it. Now, one of the things you need to consider when deciding whether you're drinking too much is, often when people start to drink more water, hey Joss, they're often actually making subtle changes to their diet at the same time, because it's a healthy habit, right? So people are like, I'm going to drink more water, and I'm rightly or wrongly, they'll say, I'm going to stop doing this, eating this, drinking that. So they make this wild swing. Now, if you think about it, food is about 80% water. So if you lower your calorie intake, if you lower your food intake, you're actually lowering your water intake. Now, that's not to say you can say, I'm getting most of my water intake from my food now, Matt. I'm going to increase my food because it's 80% water. But what it does say is, if you are doing something where, you're like, I'm on a health kick, but I'm worried I'm drinking a lot more water, and someone said on Instagram or whatever that I should be wary of drinking more water, it's probably the least of your problem. In fact, you probably want to be drinking more. Likewise, maybe you actually want to salt your food. If you've done something especially quite drastic, because if you're drinking more water, you've cut out a bit more processed food, and now you're like, right, I'm always going to limit salt. Hey Paula, you might want to actually consider salting vegetables a little bit. And I'll throw it out there now. The salt thing is probably one of the most misunderstood, or probably pointless recommendations public health have given, because it's based on associations of processed food is high in salt, and if we cut salt, that's a good thing. But the problem is sometimes people are now stressing about the salt in the water of their peas and carrots, when this is not really the salt we're worried about. Yes, salt is salt, and there are certain conditions where you want to be wary of it. There's hyper responders to everything. But when someone says, I'm trying to be healthy, I've cut my salt, there's probably 1,000,001 things that will make a bigger difference than that they can do. Anyway, like drinking water. So I hope that helps. Any questions on that, do let me know. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.